All the wires are plugged in?
I think so.
The hosts are in place? It's time for another thrilling edition of the Eternal Baseball Podcast. 3.0 versus Strike 3.
The one with the Ewoks. We're
right?
sorry.
That's right. Really sorry about that. All we have is a bunch of Muppets. But hey, we're back after another week of Eternal Baseball. We're your hosts. I'm Mark. That's Brent. We are the co-founders, the co-owners, the council of two running Eternal Baseball. We hope you're enjoying the season as it's played out so far. And we thought no better way to kick off the show than with a big apology, right? I mean, why not? I'm good at falling on my sword. I've been doing it for years. We finished our show last week. We're pretty happy with it, other than we lost again in our game. But when we were done, we checked out the comments section, and there were several comments from some folks who were enjoying the podcast and the league, and made time out of their schedule to watch us live and throw us some comments. And we completely missed it because on the software, there's basically a toggle switch between private chat, that's just between Brent and I, and comments. And the crying shame of it is we don't private chat at all. Right? Like, I don't want to be doing the show and typing, important messages over to Brent. So we were in private chat, but not using it. But that obscured our view of the comments section. So we definitely want to encourage feedback. And if it's something, that really helps the show, or it's something we hadn't thought about, we can pop your comment right up there on the screen. So we don't want to dissuade people from giving their 2 cents worth and really being interactive with the show. So hop on in. We were listening.
Not too many at once now.
Yeah, we weren't last week, but no slight, and there wasn't a plan or anything. So hop on in, and we enjoy the interaction and the feedback. So that's a good start. And let me get my screen shared here. And here we go. Look at that. Beautiful. So, like we did last week, love the color coding. Let's pop this. I guess that's as large as it's actually going to get. I can zoom in. We have to look at all of it at once, I guess. So, the colors help because I realize I am using the term eye chart a lot. But we're looking at week 3 here for Eternal Baseball. And here's how your squads did this week. So lots of squads in the middle, 6 games. I highlight the teams with the best weeks in yellow. So you're looking at Boston, who exploded for a nice 6-0 week that vaulted them to the top in the AL East. White Sox had a good week at 5-1. The Angels at 5-1. Mets at 5-1. A's at 5-1. Phillies at 5-1. Giants at 5-1. So some teams started to turn their season around. The A's were 0-5 last week, and then flipped out to 5-1. So that'll turn your season around pretty quick in the early going. And then it's some teams with rough weeks. The Reds continue to struggle, which is, I think, the biggest surprise to me in the whole sim. 1-5 this week. The Marlins at 1-5. Expos at 1-5. The Mariners, who started off 9-1.
I knew we should have called it after week 2.
Have dropped 6 in a row. They're 9-7 now, and then the Rangers at 1-5 continue what looks to be a tough season. But it really looks like there's 2 teams that are the class of the league so far, and that's Boston, who's won 10 of 11, so they're 12-4 right now. Matter of fact, they got swept, as I recall, opening the year at home by Kansas City. So they started 0-3 and have now won 12 of 13. More on Boston a little bit later. And then the San Francisco Giants, who were 3-2 and then have won 10 of their next 11. So the Giants are, anytime it's a really established squad, right? A team that's been around for more than 100 years, by and large, they're going to have a deep bench and even I hate to call it minor leagues, but the inactive guys are sometimes Hall of Famers. So they can withstand injuries as they come. A team like Montreal doesn't have that deep a bench. Miami as well. They both lost 2 starters to injury in the first 3 weeks. Not like catastrophic injuries, but they are thin by comparison roster-wise. So when they get bit with the injury bug, it's a lot harder to keep rolling. So that's your that's kind of your week in review. And what I like is over time, you're going to see teams rack up a bunch of yellow weeks versus pink weeks. And it'll kind of show the teams that have been consistently good and consistently struggling, as the weeks go on.
Yeah, it's going to be fun seeing the trends.
Yeah, I just think, and color-wise, especially when you're looking at 32 teams at once, it'll help paint the picture. Now, the one thing that is interesting that nobody has mentioned this before, but the fans will. If you look here, the standings are up, and this is my one complaint about the program we're using. This is the Action PC Baseball from DK Sports. It's a fantastic sim. I'm always missing one division on this basic standing screen, which is why we don't use this standing screen on our transposed to our homepage. But if you look here in the East, we got Boston at 12-5, right? We got the Yankees half a game back at 12-6, which makes no sense because in our league, teams play 2 3-game series a week and they're off on Fridays. So there's really no way for the Yankees to have played an extra game. It just, schedule-wise, it doesn't add up. So I went to look into this here and see what's going on with the Yankees. And, full disclosure, I am a Yankee fan, and I'll watch those games sim lots of times just to see the game play. It's fun to watch the teams that you care about, right, personally play. So if you get down here to New York, this is my fault somehow along the way. There's an outlier way up here at the top. April 1st, ironically, April Fool's Day, the Yankees dropped a 3-2 decision to the Chicago White Sox. It looks like Goose Gossage gave it up later in the game. So somehow when I'm simming games, I managed to sim a game that's not going to happen for another month or so. So I don't remember doing it. I kind of remember them losing to Chicago, but, I kind of throw my hands up. So that's the mea culpa there. Is that we've played a futures game on accident, but it is legit. And I think when I get to the April 1st day, it'll already have that Yankees White Sox score populated. So I don't even know if you could go erase a game that was accidentally played in the future, because it does kind of wreak havoc. What happens if Gossage is injured by the time we get to April 1st, right? You see this sometimes in rain suspended games, right? Where a guy will have a hit streak that, what happens when they finish that game a month later? Did the guy really get his first hit in that game if it wasn't completed until, Texas comes back to Baltimore a month later? So I guess it's real baseball kind of, but it's weird. It's an accident. But I just figured it out this week and wanted to be clear about it. To show there's no chicanery, there's no man behind the curtain pulling strings, because it is my favorite team in real baseball. So I suppose it would maybe be more damning if it was a win, but it's a loss, and it'll stay there, and sooner or later the whole league will catch up to it. So that's why your Yankees have an extra game in the standings, and why they're a half game behind Boston, because they've played one more and lost one more.
We'll go in and add a spoiler alert graphic
right
later on.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? If you're a betting man, put your money on Chicago on April 1. Another interesting thing with the Yankees, and one of the things we've talked about a lot on our Facebook feed, going by peak OPS, so the 3 best years of a player's career, average consecutive years. That's how the stats come about. The basic stats that the players, are simulated on. And weird as it might seem, Yogi Berra is the 3rd best catcher on the Yankees. And that's by peak, not for his entire career, just for their absolute peak. Bill Dickey is the best, and Jorge Posada is second. And Posada happens to hit lefties better than Bill Dickey or Yogi Berra. So he makes a good platoon with Bill Dickey up on the main roster. But the funny thing is, Dickey has not been very good. If you see him over here at 237 batting average, and Posada's been dreadful, 091. Ooh. So the Yankee fans online who've been largely screaming, "Where's Yogi Berra?" actually are getting a chance right now because Don Mattingly rolled his ankle sliding into second base the other day, is going to miss a couple games. And there really aren't a lot of backup first basemen beyond Mattingly. Gehrig obviously plays most of the time. But Posada is lowly rated at first base. So he'll be backing up Lou Gehrig right now. And that means Yogi Berra is getting called up from Scranton or wherever. But Yogi is up and will get some time. And who knows, maybe he holds on to that roster spot moving forward.
All right.
We actually see a decent amount of that online, in that it's hard for a diehard fan to imagine the all-time Yankees or Mets or Orioles team without a guy who's an absolute franchise icon. So we hear from, it's very specific cases. We hear about, where's Bert Campaneris from the A's fans? Where's Brooks Robinson from the Orioles fans? And yeah, I get it. It makes sense. And nobody's saying that Manny Machado is a better Orioles third baseman than Brooks Robinson was, or that his legacy matters more. It's all about their peak. And Machado's peak was better than Brooks Robinson's peak. And that's how we try to make the most, not compelling, but competitive lineups for every squad. So we hear it from Baltimore. We hear it from New York about Yogi Berra. We heard it from the A's fans about Campaneris. And boy, do we hear it from the Royals fans. Royals fans, incredibly passionate. And three of their iconic players are not on even the main roster. They're on the inactive squad. And that's Frank White, who played second base for 2 decades and won 7 Gold Gloves, and Amos Otis in center, and Willie Wilson in center and left as well. So 3 guys who just have an incredible legacy there. But because we're looking at peak OPS as kind of a differentiator, we look at lefty-righty splits and base running and defense as well. But if you want to, make the argument concise for a hitter, OPS is a pretty basic stat you can go with. And there's just guys with better peaks, Jermaine Dye and Johnny Damon and Jorge Soler. And anyway, we've had some pushback, as a gentle way to put it, from Royals fans. So separately from the league, I'm going to try to put together a World Series between 2 different Royals teams, the Eternal Baseball Royals squad, and then the Kansas City Legends squad, which will feature the guys that a lot of Royals fans can't imagine playing without. Frank White at second, Willie Wilson in left, I imagine, and Amos Otis in center. So the rest of the teams will be the same. Pitching staff's exactly the same. Play out a 7-game series in exhibition that won't affect Eternal Baseball at all, and see how it shakes out. Is it really the legendary players you cannot forget, or is it the guys with the spiked OPS from their career peaks? From a simulation perspective, I believe the peaks are going to win, and maybe win handily. But Brent and I have said consistently, we're never going to know a team better than its diehard fans. So happy to roll it out in this sim and see how that shakes out.
The KC Challenge.
Right? We'll free barbecue for everyone, and we'll see which Royal squad emerges on top. And I guess as long as there isn't a bad ump at first, we'll have a clean decision to that Kansas City World Series. So that's pretty much what we've got going on this week, other than, I forgot, it was a big day today. And this was Roto's suggestion pretty much from jump that we isolate our players of the day and highlight a couple guys that just went nuts any certain day. And I love the idea, because so often you're just focused on your own team, whoever that may be, and how did they do. But even, in a league that is built on Hall of Famers and All-Stars and MVPs and Cy Young Award winners, once in a while somebody will stand out. And we actually had two today, probably our biggest two of the whole year.
What a day.
Right? I love that it's Dean Chance of your Los Angeles Angels who throws the first no-hitter in Eternal Baseball history. And, no hits, but 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. He wasn't Randy Johnsoning or even Nolan Ryaning this lineup down. But I mean, probably half the no-hitters in history are from guys that you're like, who? Right? Like, it just, it's just the magic of baseball and the way a guy can be throwing on any certain day. And no offense to Dean Chance. If you don't know him, I didn't know him very much. But he was the Cy Young Award winner in 1964, had a real good career. But I think it's funny that as a teammate of Mr. No-Hitter, Nolan Ryan, it's Dean Chance who spins the first one for Eternal Baseball. And we simmed a whole lot of seasons preparing for our actual launch. And we didn't watch them as closely as this season, but I've never seen a no-hitter in Eternal Baseball before, even in all the build-up seasons. So I like that about the sim, is that it is rare. It is something to really celebrate. So I was going through the daily results and writing down a couple guys who were probably contenders for the award, and then bam, Dean Chance, no-hitter. And I'm like, well, okay, we got one, right? You can't throw a no-hitter and not be the player of the day. But we have 2 every day. And good Lord, I knew something might have been up when the Red Sox beat the Brewers 17-5, right? That's a pretty good stomp. And maybe I can get the box score up right here as we're on our way to our game of the day. And I think this might have been how I got in trouble with that rogue Yankee game, is when the season comes up, it comes up as 2019. And yeah, there's that Yankee game. That was probably it. I played it in 2019, but it still counts in this April of 2021. So I guess that's where I made my error. But moving forward here to modern day, here we go on March. So today, March 7th, see this Red Sox box score, and it's ridiculous. Here we go. Boston 17, Milwaukee 5. And just take a look at the day Manny Ramirez had. I know this isn't, again, an eye chart, but 5 for 5, 4 runs, 8 RBI, a double, 4 home runs.
Wow.
For Manny Ramirez, which, if somebody was going to do it, I guess Manny's not a bad prospect or suspect, depending how you look at it. So 2 off Giovanni Gallardo, 2-run shots each, a solo shot, and then a 3-run shot. And what I was really excited about, he had a double too, but nobody scored on it. But I wanted to go to the score sheet for Boston here. See if I can get there. Here we go. To look him up to see when he got hit, because he got hit by a pitch too. So I was kind of hoping it would have been the first at bat, right? And that really teed him off. And then he just went savage. But it turns out that he homered, doubled, homered. Then they hit him in his 5th at bat, which fired him up for his 6th at bat when he hit the 3-run home run. So
what a day.
Yeah, hats off to Manny, who not only had the best day today, no offense, Dean Chance, but there's only been a handful of 4 homer games in true Major League Baseball. So for Manny, who hit 4, and who knows, might have hit 5 if they hadn't hit him, salute to Manny Ramirez, our player of the day, and probably the best single day we've seen at least this season. So a high bar.
8 RBIs. My goodness.
Right? I don't think I ever had 8 RBIs in a season.
In in RBI baseball?
Yeah, oh, no, in Bend Little League. I don't know if I had 8 RBI total.
No chance.
Oh,
I was never close to that.
So kudos to Manny being Manny and getting it done out there. So this is today's actual scoreboard for the game, for all the games played today. And then for our game of the week tonight, we have the Dodgers hosting the Braves, 2 second-place clubs who are off to good starts. And this is the rubber match of this 3-game set. So they've split the first 2. Atlanta actually got to Koufax, which is impressive. And then the underlying story here, Brent and I 0-2 so far. As we go for our
let's keep
first
this going.
and I have handled the pen masterfully for the opponents. So with that, we take you out to Chavez Ravine.
Gagne is going to blow up, man. There's
Has
no way
to,
this
right?
isn't happening.
Has to. That's one thing I saw that's a flaw that I'm going to have to fix. They have Gagne listed as a starter, so it takes him longer to warm up. So I can fix that, and I will. But that's something for us to keep in mind is Gagne needs a little longer to get ready than you might think. So
we'll play to our advantage.
Keep that in mind when I screw it up later on. So.
All right.
So we're looking at Kid Nichols, a right-hander from Atlanta. So we're going to have a right-handed lineup. So we are getting far enough into the season that it does behoove us to take a look at how the guys are doing in actual eternal baseball. So that's the RP thing here is replay. That's the numbers the guys are putting up so far this season. So, we're hoping it should be close to their line, but that's one of the things we love most about the sim is every player, every season can be 30% above or 30% below where they should be. Just, the quirks of baseball. A guy's healthy, a guy's not, a guy's distracted. It's a contract year and he's playing extra well, or it's a contract year and he's sweating it. So sometimes you can see a guy, one guy sticking out here is Jackie Robinson, is having a rough year so far. 669 OPS when he should be at 898. So for the guys in the regular lineup, Jackie's struggling, but I don't know that there's a different second baseman we would want to unleash today. If you look at the position depth for LA, Justin Turner's the backup at second. And defensively, he's a 1. So, I think we're going to count on Jackie bouncing back today. But it is one of the things here that we can look at. Look, if Jackie's really struggling, he doesn't have to hit 5th. So you look at the guys and how they're doing lineup wise. Seeger and Campanella are still below him, but Guerrero is better, and they're both right-handers. So it's easy enough to slide Jackie down one spot, flip him with Pedro, and hopefully that'll help.
All right.
Pitching-wise, so now over here you can see the amount of pitches thrown on what date. So Kershaw pitched on the 6th. Koufax pitched today, and this is tomorrow's game. So today it's either Knapp, Rucker, or Jeff Pfeffer.
Let's go with Knapp.
The ERAs are really close. Yeah, he's got more strikeouts per 9 and lower hits per 9. More walks, but all right. I thought it was going to be Pfeffer, but Rucker looks like a better pick. So maybe it's because Brent wants a nap.
Brent needs a nap.
Given that it's been a long day out there on the Rotundi Ranch. So, all right, well, let's load it up. Here we go. It's Dodgers versus Braves.
Let's win one.
Let's win one for the Weber. Oh, we got 2 right field. Atlanta's got more than 1 right fielder in the lineup. I don't know if I can fix that. Let's see. Well, it's got Acuna in right and Aaron in right. Acuna is a center fielder too, though, I think. Let's see. Aaron can play center. He's a 6. Acuna's a 6 in center, but Aaron's better in right, 8 to 6. So we'll put Acuna in. Oh, maybe it won't let me. Let's see here. Acuna in center. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Well, I can't move Aaron to center either. I may have to back out and fix this in the league itself. So hang on. Haven't had this happen before. Yeah, I get it. So for right now, oh wait, why is Duffy in left? I guess it's the only left fielder. So for now, because we're going to back out of this, so this won't go through. We're going to put old Bob. Well, no, I can't even control this because I can't. Oh, quit game. There we go. I can't make changes to a computer directed lineup. So this is versus lefties in the Dodgers. All right. So let's see here. If we go into LA Dodgers, load lineup versus left. This doesn't even look like the same lineup.
It's got Bellinger or had him in center. Huh.
Oh, I'm looking at the Dodgers. Excuse me. We need to be in Atlanta. Atlanta. Load lineup versus left. That's not even the same lineup.
No, that's right. Maybe we just need to load it again. And
That's
just had a small.
Here's what I'm going to do just for today to make sure we get what we want. If it really wanted to play Acuna in center, I can make that happen. So just for today to make sure it works, we'll go into player statistics for Acuna, and we will say, actually, let me screenshot this so I can fix it later. So for now, we're just going to limit Acuna to center field only. And don't worry, I'll put this all back. I took a screenshot, so I've got all the data. So if he's only a center fielder, then they shouldn't have any problem playing him there. And save. There we go. Acuna, center field. Okay. Let's see how it works. So, play. Scheduled game.
A little glimpse on how the sausage is made.
Right? This was not in the rundown for today, but but if it works, it was a quality exercise at least. So we'll get back up to March. Ooh, a little too far. Got a little excited. That's how I got in trouble with the Yankees, I'm sure. So March 8th. First game of the day. Play. Atlanta's a computer. We're the humans. We are going with Rutgers, our pitcher. And we're going against a right-hander. So, and we were moving Jackie, swapping Jackie and Pedro. Okay.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium for tonight's game between Atlanta and Los Angeles. Kid Nichols takes the mound for Atlanta. He's made 3 starts on the year and is 2-1 with an earned run average of 3.00. His first start against Los Angeles, he'll be opposed by Nap Rucker for Los Angeles. He's made 3 starts on the year and is 1-2 with an earned run average of 3.86. His first start against Atlanta. Los Angeles right fielder Babe Herman is riding an 11-game hitting streak.
Not for long.
63
We're street killers.
Did we ruin a couple guys in the Red Sox game?
Boston had 2 of them.
Center fielder, Duffy.
Dodger fans out there are just dreading.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, they're gonna kill my team. All right, here we go.
Play ball.
So here we go. Off we go again. So, I know this is small, so I should get around there. Zach Wheat in left field for your Dodgers. Duke Snider in center. Babe Herman with that 11-game hit streak and a really creepy grin over in right field. Cody Bellinger. I would say Clay. Jackie Robinson. Corey Seeger. Pedro Guerrero, whose hair is barely fitting in that hat. Looks kind of like gutters on the outside there, but okay. Nap Rucker, looking good. And Campanella behind the plate against Hugh Duffy, looking very dapper in his lace-up collar. But he's a beast. He always puts up good numbers, so look out. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Nothing to do but pitch.
Oh, no. Okay.
Second baseman.
We're good. Ozzy.
Catcher, Dale Murphy.
So usually with one out or no outs, I'm always holding the runner no matter how slow they are. It holds them up. You get more double plays that way. Here's the pride of Portland, Oregon.
TBS time.
One of my favorite things about Dale Murphy here. 250, it's a little low. Okay, 4 homers. Yeah, I get it. 7 RBI. But dig the position. Because we were making Acuna the center fielder, right? Dale Murphy was a catcher when he came up. And he retains that eligibility. So Joe Torre is on the bench with, thousands of games of catching experience. Watching Mr. TBS catch for the Atlanta Braves.
How many times do you think you and I have seen Dale Murphy play on TV?
Oh, good Lord. And it's funny, when I was working at McFarland Toys and we were looking at where teams are popular, Atlanta was scattered all over. Like they dominated the Southeast because they were, before there were Florida teams, Florida basically rooted for the Braves or maybe whoever was the spring training club, in their little area. But there are pockets of Braves fans everywhere around the nation. Like in Montana, they're big because if you're in the middle of Montana, you're not close to Minneapolis, right? Come on. Yeah. You're not close to Seattle, but the Braves are on TV
Ted
all
Turner,
the damn time, right?
Ted Turner.
There you go. So the Hammer, Hank Aaron.
Oh.
Yeah, no worries, right?
Okay.
There we go.
Left fielder, Chipper Jones.
Larry.
That was the best picture you could have gotten.
Right. I am kind of adapting these as I can because I don't like the white background and the baseball card. This is actually more of a police blotter kind of photo. So yeah, I'll try to do Chipper better. I like in-game photography. I think that's cooler. So we'll see if I can do Larry a little better.
Oh.
Even though he put us in a hole.
Third baseman.
Well, Zach Wheat.
Mathews.
Eddie Mathews with 1 T, one of the most misspelled names in baseball history. All right.
Pitching for Atlanta, Kid Nichols.
So Babe Herman.
Leading off for Los
All
Angeles.
right, here we go. Let's get that history going.
He's a good bunter. We'll have to remember that later when he's 0 for 3 and we're desperate. But for now, it's not quite that. Not quite there.
Center fielder, Duke Snider.
Jones didn't even move.
Be with Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. It's a start.
Left fielder, Zach.
Coin flip, man.
Now Murphy's not a good catcher, which is why he didn't stay there. He's rated a 3 with a 5 arm. So we may get frisky later, but not. I don't think now with Duke Snider at 50%.
You don't want to hit and run?
I'm happy to hit and run.
Let's hit and run. Let's hit and run. Let's do this. We need to make some luck here.
You doubled him off, I think.
First
you doubled him off.
Joe.
Hey, Torre is playing. He's at first. So, all right. He's probably wincing every time he sees Murphy throw, but it's cool.
Shortstop, Herman Long.
Herman Long. The shortstop picks for Atlanta, pretty thin.
Andres Thomas didn't make it, huh?
No, not even. Who's the guy who just left the Angels who they had for years. Great defensive shortstop. Andrelton Simmons.
Yes.
The guy who fields balls behind his back in warmups.
He is amazing.
Does the transfer behind his back, but medium hitter. So Herman Long. Oh.
Pitcher.
Corey Seeger eats it. All right, so with 1 out and Kid Nichols up, do we want to bring the infield in at the corners or anything? Sniffing a bunt here, or do we just pitch to him?
Let's just pitch to him.
You can go normal. You can go in at third. You can go halfway, corners, in all the way. But you know what? He's not even that good a bunter. So just like that, same thing.
Center fielder, you.
I didn't see what happened. It kind of froze for a sec. Did it?
It was just a grounder back to the pitcher.
Oh, okay.
But not fast enough to get the runner at second, so he just went to first.
Gotcha.
So here's Hugh Duffy again. Putting this in a hole again.
Second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Now Duffy's a little aggressive over there. So his steal right now is 67%. Even though Campanella's great, a 9 defensively with an 8 arm. But if you do just one pickoff, it drops that number down to 34%.
Perfect.
So now sometimes you throw it away and they end up on second or third. So that can happen too, just like real ball. But I like questioning those guys. Or sometimes a good pitch out will nab them. I've been nabbed, being a little too aggressive on the bases. So we'll see what Ozzie's got for us. May not be Nap Rucker's day.
Dale Murphy.
The video seems to have frozen a little bit. Do you want to shrink your screen and we'll redo it?
Yeah, let's see if it comes back here. It's a shame that it's being funky today. Let's see if I can get this back.
Why not? You want to just remove it and then just redo it?
I don't know if I close it, if it'll. It's showing Murphy up right now, so maybe that did it.
Yeah, give it a go.
Let's watch Murphy's homer and see if it shows up on the screen or not.
There we go. Okay, it's back.
All right.
Deep dive.
And we got out of
Number 35, Cody Bellinger.
So 2 of the players of the day that I've put up in the last week that have gotten a ton of feedback are Bellinger and Michael Young for Texas. I always thought Michael Young was an underrated star, even though he was a star.
Yeah.
Never really got the pub I thought he deserved. And then when I looked into it, some of the feedback is female, more so than on some of the other players of the day. and not a lot of it, but a noticeable amount of it is, oh, Cody, my dream, right? Or Michael Young, always liked watching him. And I'm like, wait a minute. I think I see what might be part of this positive feedback from the community.
Hey, we found our marketing niche.
Right? Only cute players from now on win the player of the day. Mickey Morandini, no chance.
Third baseman, Pedro Guerrero.
Maybe? No.
Second baseman, Jackie Robinson.
I do like how much of the parking lot we can see in this. And the Think Blue sign way past left field is kind of cool. So here's struggling Jackie, who's doing himself no favors.
Hank Aaron.
Hitting it to Eddie Mathews. All right, Hank Aaron.
Okay.
Yeah, I just always assume it's out.
Jones.
When is Hank Aaron? And here's mugshot or missing child. Chipper Jones.
Third baseman, Eddie Mathews.
So how many innings were we no hit last week? Was it 6?
I think it was 6. Yeah, by Burt Blyleven, who tortured you as a child. And then again now in adulthood. And I was kind of hoping that since we didn't have
First baseman.
they're all great pitchers, right?
Torre.
But since it wasn't top of the line aces this week, we weren't doing, I saw Braves, we were going to do Braves Dodgers, and I'm like, oh God, I hope it's not Koufax Maddox or something where no one's going to score. So I was kind of happy with the pitching matchup at least. with 2 outs, we probably don't need the whole chipper. So his stolen base success percentage leaps from 24 to 39. I think we're okay with that. All right.
Shortstop,
All right.
number 5, Corey Seeger.
Let's go, Corey.
Big inning.
Free agent, right? At year's end, I think. Isn't he part of this big? There's a big shortstop class, like him and Trevor Story and Lindor and Correa,
Yeah.
I think.
That's amazing because there was such a deficiency at the position. What, like 5 years ago? It seemed like.
Mhm. And now there's a pile of them that might all change teams. Now, and even the second tier guys, like I think Gregorius might be hitting it again, and Simmons, and well,
Catcher, Roy Campanella.
Here we go.
Campanella at 111 digs in
Man.
and
Pitcher,
runs
Nat
into right field.
Rucker.
Apparently, Nichols has only thrown 25 pitches, so
I'm just glad we got a hit.
So we got our pitcher's up with 1 out, and he's a great bunter.
Let's do it. Let's at least sacrifice him over.
So it lets me bunt to try to get a hit or bunt for a sacrifice.
Your call, man. What are you feeling?
Whatever I feel is usually wrong. So we'll do straight sacrifice.
The Costanza. Go against
Right? We'll get that slow catcher over to second here. All right.
All right. Okay.
Babe
Herman.
Here we go. Keep the streak alive.
Get him
Get on the
straight.
board.
Break up the shutout. Wild pitch looks like we're past ball. Campanella has a 3% chance to steal home. But he is a catcher, so he knows his way around the dish. I think we'll let the 11-game hit streak through 24, Babe Herman, pop up to second.
Shortstop, Herman Law.
Well, we're making progress.
That's all right. Well, at least we're threatening. We got a hit.
Pedro Guerrero
Pitcher,
stuck in his glove.
Nichols.
The kiss of death, man.
Man, telling you, we're still in this. We got a hit.
Center fielder, Hugh
Hugh
Duffy.
Duffy.
Now, was that a sacrifice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Here comes Duffy. Never liked Duffy. Just saying.
Second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Up to Ozzie.
So what happened?
He grounded up to second. And then Albies just singled to
Catcher.
center.
Dale Murphy.
Oh man.
Put us in that 3-0 hole. So we don't need to hold Ozzie on. 2 outs. I'm thinking next week we just pick the biggest mismatch possible by record and just ride that wave because we have been.
That's gonna hurt even. It's gonna hurt even more, man.
Maybe at least offensively, we have been the kiss of death.
Center fielder, Duke Snyder.
And he's thrown like our guy Rucker's thrown like 65 pitches through 4 innings, so he's probably not terribly long for the world.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's go, Duke. Duke Snyder getting it done.
Oh yes. All right.
I don't know if that's the
Left
first
fielder,
homer
Zach.
any of our teams have hit, but it might be.
It feels like it.
It does. It felt good. He ran too fast. I should have slowed it down. But Duke Snyder gets the Dodgers on the board. Now down 3-1, bottom of the 4th. Here comes Zach Wheat,
Come on, Weeks.
who's hitting a perfect 0 for the season. But only got called up and put into the lineup a couple weeks ago. This was actually fan pushback on Jock Peterson being in the outfield, and they were right. Zach Wheat totally should have been up. So this is a guy who went from not being on the roster to starting because of a statistical mistake that we corrected. So Zach Wheat is a Dodger legend, and now he's going to live up to it, just like that.
Here we go. All right.
First baseman, Cody Bellinger.
And
Yeah.
dreamy Cody Bellinger strikes out.
Third baseman, Pedro Guerrero.
Come
I
on,
like
Pedro.
You know how often the commentators go, how many times do you see it where a guy makes a great defensive play and then comes up at the bottom of the inning? Like, well, Pedro butchered an easy grounder in the top of the inning. So let's see.
Left field seats. Let's see it.
Right?
There
No. Double play. And he hit it to the third
Right
baseman
fielder,
who made a great
Ag,
play.
Aaron.
So no
Is that
irony there, Pedro.
Eddie Mathews again.
Yeah, no irony, Pedro. Yeah, Mathews at third. All right, so here's the hammer.
Whoa.
Left fielder, Chipper. Joe.
Here's Larry.
Man.
Third baseman, Eddie Mathews.
Well, he made a great play, and now he comes up. I just said this. Now look at it, Rucker. He's at 90 pitches. I don't know how long we're going to go with him. The top of the Braves lineup is mainly right-handed. So we might want to get him out before he faces the top of the lineup.
Okay. Who are you thinking about?
Well, let's see who we've got in the bullpen. Who's tough on right-handers?
Here we go. Let's let's go make a mistake.
Yeah, there's starters here too. So don't be thinking about Koufax or Kershaw out of the pen, right? So that Gagne is the best. But we're not going to use Gagne in the fifth inning. Jansen's a setup guy.
Remember Don Sutton's hair, man? I'm leaning that way.
Might be Don Sutton, just to see him. All right, so give me a batter or two, and we'll get Don Sutton warming up just in case.
If we could get a Don Sutton Bob Horner matchup at some point during tonight's game, that would be
ASU's Bob Horner, Sun Devil. It's a double off the wall.
First baseman, Joe Torre.
All right, so let's get that Sutton plan rolling. That's fine. So this is the bit where Sutton's normally a starter. It'll take him a little while to warm up. Okay.
Should probably go to Hershiser, actually, but
well, here's something that we got is National League ball, right? So if we walk Torre, we get to pitch to Long, who's got a slightly better average, but far less power, with Nichols behind him, the pitcher spot. And Nichols has been pretty good. They might not pinch hit for him. So we could put Torre on.
Does he have 2 Ks?
Let's see. 2 Ks today. You can also pitch around him, which is the middle choice, right? You give him nothing to hit.
Let's go straight at him.
You want to go for him?
Let's do it.
I like that because it takes me off the hook. So, Joe. Jackie getting it done in the field.
Well done, Jackie.
Second baseman, Jackie Robinson.
Oh, here it is, man.
Right?
Set right up.
Just what we've been talking about. Come on, Jackie.
Triple.
Ooh, it's going backwards.
Triple.
Shortstop, Corey Seeger.
All right, Corey. It's too early to be pinch hitting that for anybody.
Catcher,
But maybe later, Corey.
Campanella.
Keep that up. Campanella's average just leaped from 111 to 127. So
Campanella just looks tired.
yeah.
Oh,
shortstop.
Matthews killing us over there.
man, he is Brooks Robinson in it.
So Rucker is strong. We've got Long. And if you look down here, Long's actually he's better against righties. So he's better off facing Rucker. And then we got the pitcher spot. So that'll do.
Pitcher, Kid Nichols.
We'll pitch to Nichols, and then we'll see about Hugh Duffy. Because Sutton, is ready to go. He's got the activator in his Jerry curl.
Hugh Duffy.
So Hugh Duffy, if we look over here, is better against righties than better against lefties. 380 against lefties. So with Rucker at 103 pitches, it is a little early. Well, 6th inning.
And
is it Sutton time?
I don't know. Let's give him one more shot. Let's give him a chance to get through the inning here.
All right, with 2 outs. And Duffy's not a power guy, so this likely won't put one on the board. Didn't look foul, but okay.
Off a shin.
Double.
Second baseman, Ozzy Albies.
So Albies murders left-handers.
Okay.
389. So I think it's Sutton time.
Oh, let's do it.
We'll bring in Carl Sutton. No, wait, Don Sutton. Oh, and this is what National League stuff always a little harder. Hang on. So we're totally bringing in Sutton. Hang on, but let's check the. So the pitcher spot's coming up fourth. Oh no, the pitcher spot's up next. So if we pitch him here, he's going to bat next inning. So do we want to double switch him in and bench somebody? Seeger or Campanella to tuck him further back in the lineup? If we bench Campanella, I can bring in Russell Martin. And if we bench Corey Seeger, I can bring in Pee Wee Reese. There's not a whole lot of difference between Reese's numbers and Seeger's numbers.
Let's do Pee Wee.
All right, so we'll double switch this. So we're going to bring in Sutton for Seeger. And Reese for Campanella. Oops, batters. Oh, not Campanella, sorry. Reese for Seeger. Or for Rucker. That's how it works. Yeah, it's okay that Reese isn't warmed yet. Because we're not playing him at pitcher. We're going to play him at... We're going to play Sutton at pitcher. And Reese at shortstop. Double switch.
Got the old school double play combo now. That's
right?
Gonna give us some life. I like it.
All right, Albies. Don Sutton killing it with that silver fro. And he gives it up.
I didn't see what happened.
Single to right
Murphy.
Ah,
to bring up Dale Murphy, the catcher, as Atlanta pulls out to a 4-1 lead. That's a pop that Pedro
Shortstop,
manages to catch.
Pee Wee Reese.
So Pee Wee Reese, with 1 homer and 1 RBI in the season, probably came in the same at bat.
oh,
Gives it a ride.
Babe Herman.
All right, Babe Herman's sweating his 11-game hit streak right now.
yeah.
I believe he's in there. All right, so he's got a lead or a 1-out double. He can try to stretch to third. Yeah.
Chipper though.
I'm always
man.
if it was
That's
down
like Barry Bonds and Chipper, man.
if it was center or right, I might consider it. But on a double down the line in left field, I think we need whatever base runners we can get. I don't think it risks any. All right.
I regretfully agree.
Well, if he gets thrown out at third too, does that ruins the hit, right?
Yeah. Or no. He'll have the hit streak.
Okay.
But no, let's
all right, we're staying.
I hate fundamental baseball.
Right. Damn those fundamentals. And here's the Duke who helped us out earlier.
Here we go.
Not so much. Ooh, that's aggressive.
Ooh.
Zach.
Wow, that was aggressive.
So he took third on a grounder to the left side. Okay. Zach Wheat
Come on, Zach.
looking to get it done. No.
Right.
Can we hit it to someone other than Ed
Craig,
Mathews?
stop hitting it to Eddie Mathews. All right, Hank Aaron. I'm not worried about him at all. Oh, boy.
Left fielder.
Okay.
Chipper.
In the stands, apparently.
We got that. Nice catch.
Jones. Oh, boy. Okay.
Third baseman.
Can of corn.
Yeah, exactly. Just screaming, right? Breaking the speed barrier on its way out to right. Here's Eddie Mathews. Yeah, it figures.
Ah, Eddie Mathews killing us.
Baseman.
It's been ridiculous all game. So, Dodger fans, feel your pain. Oh, there you go.
Shortstop.
First pitch right after the homer. Right in Torrey's back. Don't have to hold you on, Joe. You can roam free.
First baseman.
Crowd went nuts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Seventh inning.
yeah, it always comes so fast when you're not hitting at all. We're taking in the ambiance. This is really the best part of the game for Dodger fans so far.
for us in general.
Well, we got Babe Herman, his 12-game hitting streak. Duke Snyder homered. Got to see Don Sutton's hair. It hasn't all been bad. We double switched, I think, correctly. So, all right, give us some credit.
Yeah.
Cody Bellinger. That's not, well, it's going to make the stands. Yeah.
Third baseman. Pedro
Some player of the day
Guerrero.
he is. He fouled it off the mask of Murphy. So just a foul ball, no big deal. And now a pop-up.
Second baseman. Jackie Robinson.
And Jackie, who's struggling.
Pitcher. Kid Nichols.
Man.
So Kid Nichols is up. I wonder if they're going to let him hit just so he can keep pitching. Yep. And we walk him.
Center fielder. Hugh Duffy.
I'm going to try to pick him off just to be nasty. Get that uniform dirty. All right, Hugh Duffy, who's a bunter, and there's nobody out. Do we bring the infield in a little bit here?
Yeah, bring the corners in. Why not?
All right. Oh, boy. He brought him in. He hit it like 384 feet. All right, one out, hold the runner. Ozzie Albies, who's got 4 hits today. No big deal. Hey, ironically, we have 4 hits today as well. So,
Catcher. Dale.
I don't know if we're going to bother getting Sutton out of there or not at this point.
Yeah, I guess you could. No, maybe warm somebody up just in case we.
Yeah, I guess if it gets awful, we'll want to have somebody up. How about Ron Perinoski?
Boom.
He's on fire this year. And he's a reliever, so he'll be ready quick.
Right fielder.
Almost doubled the pitcher off in second. Hank Aaron.
All right. Is he 0 for 3 today? 0 for 4?
Yeah, 4 flyouts.
All right.
So
he's due.
Yes. Single at least.
Did we get him?
No, but I'll take it. I'll take holding them to a single. Chipper's up and first base is open. And Chipper, he's the same versus lefties or righties. Perinoski is ready.
Let's bring Perinoski in.
Let me check the Atlanta roster here. Because after Chipper, it's Eddie Mathews, who's a lefty. So he might have a split we want to know about. OPS lefty, 937. Righty, 1,048. So, yeah, Eddie is notably, I would say weaker with a 937 OPS, but he's even more dangerous against right-handers. So, Ron, if only to get a look at your beautiful face, get in here. Oh, man. I don't want to forget about this. So if we bring Ron in.
So where are we at in the order then?
7. So he would lead off the next inning. Unless you know what we could do? We could put him in for Pedro and we could bring Justin Turner in.
Let's do it.
All right. So Turner goes for Sutton. It's fine. And then Perinoski goes for Guerrero. That's fine. Peronoski's going to pitch. Turner's going to play third. Okay.
Pitching for Los
Yeah, we double
Angeles,
switched twice in
Ron
the game. That's not bad.
Aronofsky.
So we're pitching a chipper here, yes? Or are we putting him on to go after Eddie Mathews, who's killed us all game, mainly defensively?
Your call, man. I've made several mistakes already, so
Chipper's got 2 singles.
why don't we just pitch around him?
Yeah, pitch around him. We won't give him much. All right, fine.
Third baseman, Eddie Mathews.
All right. No pressure. Look, we did something.
It worked out.
Number 10, Justin Turner.
Look,
All right, here we go.
I'm happy that we double switched correctly twice. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's impressive, actually.
Now look at this red-headed beast right here. Not quite. That was for the COVID thing, I think. You're just like, take that, Justin Turner. Oh, the fan's upset.
Man, they're just gonna. Kid Nichols. How many pitches does he have so far?
85? And he's just cruising. I guess he knows who the skippers are today. All right, Roy. That's a start.
Shortstop.
Here we go. Come on, Pee Wee.
Pee Wee Reeves. We got no other shortstop, so we are Pee Wee's the guy. Now he's a great bunter, but we're down 5 runs, so
Let it rip.
I think he's got a hit.
Whoa. Too bad.
Right fielder.
I'm all for moving the runner along, but down 5 in the 8th inning. Yeah, okay. Babe Herman.
Here we go.
Oh, Babe. All right, if we send Turner home, he's safe 82% of the time. They've only got a 29% chance of turning this double play. So I think that's a no-brainer.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
They didn't even get the throw off.
Duke.
All right.
Duke Snyder, who has a walk, a solo homer, and a grounder that advanced the runner. So not a bad day for Duke Snyder.
Come on, Duke.
No.
First baseman, Joe Torre.
Peronoski's only thrown 13 pitches, so not much need to get anybody else rolling, I don't think.
Yeah.
Shortstop, Herman Long.
Herman Long at 147 probably has something for us. Oh, it's slick.
Pitcher,
Didn't get him.
Nichols.
So is Kid Nichols really going to bat in the 9th? He's only thrown like 80 pitches, so maybe. He's not a good bunter.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, all right.
Left fielder, Zach.
We need some Kirk Gibson excitement, but he's on the Tigers.
It's just not even close enough to get an exciting finish.
Can't even fly here in time. Zach Wheat. I mean, it is 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's Peronoski 5th. That's awesome. So just in case, which is ludicrous because it's not going to happen, we'll get Kenley Jansen warming up here. Because there's no way Peronoski's going to hit third in this inning.
First baseman, Cody Bellinger.
All right.
Well, we got a chance.
Look at this.
All
Pitcher,
right.
Peronoski.
Who's left? Peronoski looking good over here, by the way. I'm just
He's in good 70s shape.
exactly. That's one of those spring training stories, right? Best shape of his career.
Right.
Can be misleading. So who do we have as a batter? Oh, Gil Hodges. Yes, please. We're still against Nichols. So let's see. Batting versus righties. Looking at the OPS, it's definitely Gil Hodges.
Let's do it. All right.
So Gil, come on in. I feel better about Kenley Jansen out there.
Pinch hitting for Los Angeles, Gil Hodges.
You can do worse than Gil Hodges pinch hitting. So
I
don't think so.
Nah, why risk it right now?
we're down 4, right? We don't need out. We need to preserve the outs rather than get that first run in. So
it hurts to say, but hold them.
Yeah, here we go. Stay put. Got the bases tying run at the plate.
Robinson.
That only happens to us in like the first and second innings.
Maybe this turns Robinson's season around here.
Right? Come on, Jackie. Oh, wrong direction. Maybe the stands, though.
Get out. Get out.
The wrong way, but we'll take it. All right, Jackie. Another foul. Single.
It kind of froze. I didn't see it.
If single to center, 1 runs in, Bellinger can try to score. 62% chance of getting there. I don't think so.
Nah, why risk it right now?
We're still
Who's
down
up next?
I don't remember, but we're going to find out. Oh, is that? No, Bellinger's a runner. So, nope, we're staying put.
Third baseman,
Turner. 1 game-winning RBI on the year.
Here we go. This is it, man. This is our streak.
Oh, no. We scored a run.
Catcher, Roy Campanella.
Well.
So, all right. So Campanella's up. Nichols is at 117 pitches. The only other guy on our bench is Russell Martin. And if he hit righties better than Campanella, he would have started. Oh, we got Matt Kemp, actually. But he's not better than Campanella at hitting righties. More power. No, less power. No, a little more power for Matt Kemp. But Russell Martin is a non-factor other than he could come in for Kemp if we actually tied it up. But I don't think Kemp for Campanella doesn't make statistical sense here. I guess he does. He slugs a little better against righties, 484 to 476.
I've just seen Kemp strike out so many times that
I'm
a little hesitant. But
I think
if you're feeling it, go with it.
No, I think Dodger fans will hate us less if we let Campanella hit than if we plug in Matt Kemp for Campanella. What are you doing?
This is an outrage,
right? It doesn't have the distance, and with that, we drop to 0-3. All right, here's the recap.
Atlanta 6, Los Angeles 4. Kid Nichols is the winner. He is now 3-1. Knapp Rucker is the loser. He is now 1-3 on the season. Eddie Mathews hit home run number 5 on the season. Duke Snider hit number 4. Time of the game, 3 hours, 17 minutes.
So if you look at it, Rucker only gave up 4, 3 of them earned. And we lost 6-4. So it was really going to Sutton that killed us today.
I'll take responsibility for that one.
Right? It was time. It was a right call. But Nichols, you see here, he's got the other stuff. He's got 1+. So his stuff was better than his average today. We still got to him for a few. But he was dealing most of the game.
I think we're going to get some grief for not going with Hershiser. That's my bad.
It could be. But I don't know.
I'll take the hate mail on that one.
Right? It was Eddie Mathews who, and actually you can see it in the greater bit. Like Mathews had 2 great plays at third, and I like that they actually keep track of them. Right? It isn't just a throwaway thing. So, great plays there.
Pedro Guerrero at 3, or no, it's it. Oh no,
it was his third. It was his third on the year, third batter.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say.
So, but it felt like he had 3. So apologies to the Dodger fans up there. We drop you to 9-9. Atlanta goes up to 11-7. We'll have the rest of the day's scoreboard posted tomorrow midday. Box scores after that. And hey, next week on another exciting edition of the Eternal Baseball Podcast, we will sink some other team that we haven't decided yet. I am happy we made it competitive, at least at the end. But
yeah, we had a chance.
0-3. 0-3 for the Bend, Oregon crew. We'll do it again next week.
Perfect.
So again, we hope you've enjoyed the show and our website. We are eternalbaseball.com. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook. You can definitely find us on our homepage. Box scores go up every day on the team-specific message boards. If we're doing something wrong beyond managing, we absolutely love fan feedback. And there's good examples of it right here. Zach Wheat made the lineup because Dodger fans thought Jock Peterson was an absolute joke in the starting roster. So we don't always get it right. And sometimes it's just, there's a lot of players. And if the stats aren't entered exactly correctly, a guy might be undervalued or even overvalued. So let us know if you see something you'd like to see changed, or even something through the course of a season where you just notice a guy is struggling. For the Yankees, Mickey Mantle is off to a terrible start and has dropped from the leadoff spot in versus lefties or righties, I forget which. And DiMaggio has moved up to leadoff because he's red hot. So, even small things like that. If you're noticing something that's going on, let us know. We want every team to be as competitive as possible. And I guess the best way to stay competitive is to stay off of the Eternal Baseball podcast, at least if you're the home team. So kudos to Dean Chance for the first no-hitter in Eternal Baseball history, and to Manny Ramirez, who hit 4 and might have hit 5 if they hadn't hit him. So congratulations to those guys. And thanks to the fans for tuning in. We hope you're enjoying the sim and the season. And we will see you next week on another edition of the Eternal Baseball Podcast.
Bye.